You're listening to Cyber 94 Podcast. If you want to break into cybersecurity with real-life experience, go to cyber94.com.
Imagine spitting into a tube, mailing it off, and a few weeks later you're unlocking the secrets of your ancestry.
Yeah.
You find out you're, 12% Scandinavian. You connect with a third cousin in another state. It's a modern marvel. Now imagine that data, your unique genetic blueprint, being sold on the dark web for $1.
That's not a hypothetical, Ben.
Right.
That's the cybersecurity nightmare that became a reality for nearly 7 million people in the 23andMe data breach of 2023.
Wow.
It's a story that really shows how our most personal data can be compromised in the most, alarmingly simple way.
So it all started with an attacker known as Golem. And Golem didn't use some impossibly complex hacking tool.
No.
They used a brute force method called credential stuffing.
Right.
Chloe, can you break that down for us? Because it sounds a bit like something you do to a Thanksgiving turkey.
It's not quite as festive.
Okay.
Think of it this way. Over the years, countless websites have been hacked and their user data leaked.
Right, all those big breaches.
Exactly. We're talking billions of username and password combinations just floating around on the dark web.
Billions.
So credential stuffing is when an attacker takes those massive lists and just tries them on other websites.
Okay.
They're betting on the fact that, most people reuse the same password everywhere.
A terrible but very common habit.
Yeah.
And in this case, the bet paid off. Golem used these old recycled passwords to successfully break into about 14,000 23andMe accounts. Now, 14,000 is significant, but it's what happened next that turned this from a data breach into a catastrophe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the crucial point. Many of those 14,000 users had opted into a feature called DNA relatives, which is designed to help you find and connect with people who share your DNA.
Right.
It's basically a social network, but for your genes.
So Golem didn't just have access to one person's account.
No.
It's like they found the key to one apartment, but once inside, they found a master key card that opened every other door on that floor, and the floor above, and the one below.
That's a perfect analogy.
Right?
Once inside just a single account, the attacker could automatically scrape the profile information of every single person that user was connected to through that DNA relatives feature.
Wow.
And the scale of that cascade is just breathtaking.
Yeah.
Those initial 14,000 accounts were leveraged to expose the data of approximately 6.9 million people.
Let that number sink in. From 14,000 to 6.9 million.
Right.
And the data they got was the crown jewels, display names, birth years, geographic locations, and the very genetic ancestry reports that people pay for.
Everything.
The attacker essentially stole people's identities, written in DNA.
They knew the value of it.
Yeah.
Golem didn't just dump the data, they curated it. They went onto these cybercrime forums and posted that they had specific lists for sale.
Ugh.
For example, a list of 1 million users of Ashkenazi Jewish descent, or another list of users with Chinese ancestry.
Wow.
The data was being weaponized for targeted purposes.
That is utterly chilling.
It is.
Yeah.
It moves beyond financial crime into something far more sinister.
Right. The potential for that data to be used for targeted discrimination, blackmail, or even ethnic persecution by a state actor is terrifyingly real.
It is, which forces us to look at 23andMe's role in this. How did this happen on their watch? Well, the investigation found two glaring security failures.
Okay.
First, they didn't require multi-factor authentication, or MFA. That simple text a code to your phone step could have stopped this entire attack before it even started.
Because a robot can receive a text message.
Exactly.
It's such a basic layer of security, especially for a company holding this sensitive data. And the other failure was a lack of rate limiting?
Right.
Their servers apparently didn't raise an alarm when an automated program was trying to log in thousands upon thousands of times from the same source.
Unbelievable.
The digital bouncer was asleep at the door.
And when the breach became public, 23andMe's initial statements were, they were criticized for putting the onus on users, highlighting their password reuse.
Wow.
And while it's true we should all use unique passwords, when you're safeguarding someone's genetic code, the responsibility to build a fortress is yours, not the customer's.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They have since forced password resets and finally enabled two-step verification, but it's reactive.
Too late.
The data is already out there, and you can't put the genie back in the bottle.
Nope.
You can cancel a stolen credit card. You can change your email password. You cannot change your DNA.
And that's the haunting takeaway from this story.
Yeah.
This data is immutable, it's permanent, and a breach of your genetic data isn't just about you, it's about your parents, your children, your siblings, relatives you haven't even met.
Wow.
It is, as you called it once, a generational breach. A nightmare that echoes down the family tree.
Now, here's a question we like you to think about. As we hand over our most fundamental biological data to for-profit companies, what level of security do we have a right to expect? And who should be held responsible when that trust is broken?